This would be a good video. I said I would make a few videos for a few subscribers, but yeah, when they be in my live chats, they be asking me certain questions, so I don't mind like answering a few questions. So, anyways, long story short, how did I meet my person? I met my person when I was 15, 15, 16. So, my person contacted me. He pursued me when I was 16, 15, 16. Yeah. Um, he hit me up on AIM. So AOL, AIM, Instant Messenger. Remember when we all used to have sidekicks back then, like in 2006, 2007? Yeah, we all had sidekicks. That was what was popular, and like everyone had an AIM, a screen name, and it was just like text messaging. You AIM people. It was popular. So basically, somehow he got my AIM. I don't know who gave it to him, but he is friends, and I think they're still friends, but he's friends with my ex-boyfriend's brother and my ex-boyfriend, so I don't know if it came from them. But when I broke up with my boyfriend, my first boyfriend, after we broke up, my person contacted me. So maybe it was word on the street. I don't know. We broke up, and he overheard maybe, and that's when he contacted me, and he started like, all I remember about him is his energy was super strong. His energy you could feel through the phone. Like you could feel his vibrations. Like he was like, wow, he had some strong energy, even at 16. So we would aim back and forth. We was talking. I forgot what we was talking about, just like getting to know each other. And then somehow he got me to come over to his house. Invited me to his house. I went to his house. It was so funny. We sat on the couch in his living room, both of us. I was on one side, he was on one side, and we watched TV together. And we were so nervous, like we were just so quiet with each other, so nervous. The energy was just there. It was just so much energy, good energy. And then we didn't really have much to talk about, but he liked me. You could feel the energy, right? That's him liking you. But me, I was young. I just knew he was a friend, my ex-boyfriend's brother's friend. It was all new to me. Like, I was just like, I don't really know him, just met him not too long ago, getting to know him. I know of him, but okay. I'm very slow, like, not like mentally slow, but I'm like very, like, take my time when I get to know people from the beginning. It takes a long time for me to be like, oh, I do know you, you know? So basically, when I was like 16, we started, dating, you know, um, flirting, talking to each other. Like I said, I got invited to his house. We had AIM conversations. Other than that, we kept it there. So after that, I disappeared. He disappeared. Mind you, he was like 5 years older than me. And he went his way, I went my way. I was in high school. He was out of high school. So we were two different. And so for like years, I hadn't seen him. Like I hadn't seen him. I forgot about him. Didn't go looking for him. And during that time, that's when I had my life going. He had his life going. He was going to work. He had a child. He ended up having a child. That was like, I think people started talking about that. Like, oh yeah, Danny had a kid. And I was just like, oh, he has a kid? Maybe through the years I heard it or something, but I was still on and off with my other ex, my first ex. I was in high school, graduating, going to college. I was dating new people. I had other boyfriends. I had school going on. I had work going on. I had a business going on. So like my life went really quick. Like from 17 to 28, my life was like, so I didn't even think about him. But you know what's so funny? This is how the universe works. So basically, one night I was out at a party. The host of the party, I knew him, family friend, brother's friend, threw a party. That party went on to the next party. At the next party, I seen one of my homeboys that was my ex-boyfriend's friend, and he started talking to me, and we were like talking, and he was like, well, we connected, and then he ended up inviting me to a house party, which was a nice house. It was a day party, nice house, and it was cool. And then he ended up, yeah, I get invited out by guys too, and I go by myself. So, anyways, the homeboy ended up being like, oh yeah, we're going to this hotel party tonight. This was around 28 years old. We're going to this house party tonight. I mean, this hotel party come. So we went to this hotel party. It was a small little hotel, but it was packed. It was this girl's birthday. We show up. My ex-boyfriend is there. My ex-boyfriend's brother is there. The ex-boyfriend's friends are all there. I'm like, oh, okay, so I see. I felt like out of place. I was like, dang, my ex-boyfriend's here, and he's sitting over there with another girl. But at this time, we're broken up, and it's been a long time, and me and him used to be on and off for a long time, but we weren't on anymore. So, anyways, long story short, we're chilling in this hotel party. It's a lot of girls, some guys, and I'm sitting in this seat, and then this other guy was like chilling around me, and then out of nowhere, Danny, my person, comes up to me. And like, I don't know where he just comes up to me and he just stands with me and by me. And I'm just like right next to me. Like, I'm right here. He's right here. And he's just like, like I see him. I don't say anything. I just look at him. And then he's like, and we're both like, okay. I'm like, oh yeah. In my head, I'm like, oh, I remember him. But he's quiet. Like, so anyways, he's just chilling by my side for a while, and I'm just like, oh, I remember him. I haven't seen him in a long time. So that was the first time I had seen him again from years, and then what ended up happening was he somehow finds me on social media because he heard I had a business, and then he hits me up, and then he calls me like, oh, can I have an opportunity with you? And I'm like, an opportunity? I never thought of him in that way. I was just like, are you serious? Like, asking me if you can have opportunity with me. Like, because Danny wasn't somebody I really considered as somebody that I really wanted to, like, get to know or be with long term. But it wasn't until he pursued me and actively, like, started talking, like, again, like, that's when I was like, oh, he's serious. So, around 28, 29, he pursued me hardcore. I could tell he was nervous, but he knew I was not really interested like that. But anyways, long story short, that's when he found me. We started talking. We started getting to really talk and know each other. And that's when he was like, oh, I'm gonna pick you up. Wherever you want to go, we can go. And I was like, oh, I want to go to the Cheesecake Factory. I was like, oh, can you take me to pick up some money? I got to drop off a bag. So he ended up coming to my house, picking me up. Drove me far out to go do some business, get some money, took him to this house. Long story short, he took me to Cheesecake Factory. The line was too long. Then we ended up going to another restaurant, and then we checked the restaurant out, and we was like, no, we're going to go somewhere else. So we ended up going back to our town. We went to this other restaurant, and then we ended up drinking and sitting there for like hours at the restaurant and just chilled with each other, talked, whatever. So we didn't, went on our date, whatever. We didn't realize, like, you know what? We're cool people. Like, we don't have too much going on in our lives, but long story short, we got to kind of know each other, spend time, all that good stuff later on in life. And this was around his birthday. I don't know why we always link up around our birthdays. We always be on in October, November. But anyways, long story short, he ended up coming to my house several times. This is when I'm in the 3-bedroom, 3-story townhouse that I have. So he comes to my townhouse, parks, and like he ended up coming over a few times, and then that's when we started to really get close. And that's when things start to change, because now we're like on a different level with each other, because like we no longer are friend zone. We're now, oh, we have intimate feelings for each other. Oh, this is actually nice. This actually feels good. We actually like each other. Okay, like more than what we thought. timing was different. But anyways, something happened between us to where we stopped talking to each other again. Like something just wasn't right. And that was during the time of me about to move. I was about to move into another place on my own. So it was a lot going on at that time. I was changing, I was going through things. And so we lost connection, right? But I ended up moving into another place and he came and followed me. So basically, what happened was this was like a few years ago, maybe 3 years ago, 3 to 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago. I ended up getting my new place and I ended up posting like a post, and he was watching it. He was watching me. He would like spy on me on social media and I would see him watching me, on the list. I would see his name, his screen name watching me, and I wouldn't say anything to him. I would be like, he's watching me, but okay. I just ignored it. I was just like, whatever. I was like, I don't know. I just wasn't into pursuing guys. I'm not into chasing guys. I chase my dreams. What makes me happy and fulfilled. But long story short, yeah, I was too into my new place and decorating my new place and getting, furniture and getting acquainted with my new neighborhood, whatever. And then, anyways, he was watching me and I just was like, okay. But other than that, I moved on. Like, I started socializing with other people. I started going to other cities, talking to other people. I ended up started talking to other people, basically. And, like, then I started working overtime. Started working way more. And then, basically, what happened was 2 or 3 years passed by. Basically, I ended up moving, like, 2 times. And I started dating other people, more people, right? And then I was changing. I was going through my changes and then my growth, basically. And then basically what happened was he ended up coming back around unexpectedly, like at the most unexpected time. Like, it had a good time though, like a time where I was available, a time where I felt good about myself, a time where I was stable. I was a little more older now. He was a little bit more older. And I was just like, I was shocked. I was like, I didn't think I would ever see him again. When I first seen him, because I seen him walking past my gym with his mom and his family members. And I was looking out of the gym window like, what is he doing walking past my gym? I was like, I ain't going outside. I'm not chasing him. I was like, I'll just video record it. So I recorded him walking past. I put him in one of my reels. Like, dang, I thought I left this nigga behind. And then I literally was kind of dissing him, like, I had met someone new. I thought I was going to be with this other person. So basically, long story short, he ends up contacting me. Unexpectedly, he finds me on Instagram because he remembers my business name. Because we used to talk about my business, whatever. But he contacts me a week later, out of the blue, and I'm just like, oh, it's him. At first, I hesitated. I was like, I don't know. But then I was like, what does he want? And then I was like, I guess I'll respond, you know? And then I just was like, okay, yeah, I see you. See you too. And then I wasn't really thinking nothing of it, but he came off real strong. Like when we started talking again, he came off real strong. This man pursued me hardcore for a while. I was like, well, I had just gotten out of this other relationship that I was in. And I was telling him about my past relationship. I was telling him why I wasn't really fucking with nobody, why I wasn't really, like what had happened to me and stuff like that. And he was interested, he was listening, he was pursuing me, he was, flirting. He was basically saying a lot of stuff, a lot of juicy stuff. Long story short, spent more time together, hung out, had some real interesting talks, um, long talks. And he really had to show me his ass because I really was like not fucking with him at first, and I had to drill him like, But unexpectedly, some things came up. But anyways, long story we spent a lot of great time together, and some things unexpectedly came up with him, and I just was like, well, I know what I'm on, like I'm working, I'm saving, I'm gonna buy, I have a lot of stuff I'm gonna buy, adult stuff, houses, cars. I got dreams, goals. I want to go on vacations, like, and I'm working out. I'm chiseling my body down. You know, it was a lot of stuff still going on. I was telling him other guys were pursuing me. I have a lot of stuff going. You know, I was just giving him the tea. Like, this is my life. Like, you know, my parents got their shit going on. Like, good shit. Like, we on. Like, we're on. We're up. It's up from here. But he had to adjust to that. You know, like, and that's where we're at right now. It's like the adjusting part. It's like he just came back in my life. He's adjusting. You know, it's hard to adapt. It's hard to think like, oh, can I fit in? You know, so I told him like, you know, I think I should give you some space because like there was some realignment that needed to happen. You know, we still needed to realign. We still needed to, you know, think about each other a little bit more. We still needed to like calm down in our lives, figure out what we really wanted, you know, build a plan. Like, and it takes time to do that, and it takes space. And I told him, I was the first one to tell him, I want to give you space so that you can figure things out, so I can figure things out, because you know I love my freedom, you know. So the space was initiated by me. That's the sad straight. Scorpios don't do that. Scorpios are more so like clingy and emotional. But I was telling him like, no, I think it's good for you to like figure you out, you know, like take some time. And I need to figure some things out. You need to figure some things out. It's still all love. It's still love there. Like, no love lost, but like, let's get on this path to success, you know? So, anyways, long story short, unconditional love, period. Because you've known this person so long, you have history, there's people that knew you guys, you know, it's a lot. So, like, anyways, um, a lot has been built on already. The foundation, the dynamic, while we're both grown. Okay, we're both in our 30s. So we're not no young ass teens, you know? Like, that's not how we are. Like, we're not no children. This is a dad. He has a 18-year-old daughter, you know? It's a grown man, you know? So I'm a grown woman, you know? But at the end of the day, you can't make no love up. Like, love can't be faked. Love can't be real love, like genuine love, compassionate love, sympathetic love, love that you can forgive and look at the positives, how they outweigh the negatives. Like, yeah, like that real love, like, oh, you're my other half. Like, I see myself in you. Like, oh, I might, you know, need to continue to work on some things. I want to work on some things for you. You know, it's good vibes because it's like we started off as friends. We didn't just become intimate partners. We became friends, and I let him go. I let him go because I was like, you love someone, you let him go. It's all love. Like, go and have a kid when you're young. I get it. I understand. Like, I got pregnant too. Like, I just didn't have a kid, you know? Like, I get it. So that's what a friend would do. Like, homie would be like, oh, okay, yeah, they would understand. Not be like jealous and like, why'd you do that? You know, like, that's not how our connection is. Our connection's like, oh, all right, I'm an individual, you're an individual. You know, long story short, I said this to say, if it's meant to be, it will be. And timing is important divinely. You know, notice how, like, I didn't orchestrate much, it just happened. So, anyways, I'm a Sagittarius and I like my freedom. I like to adventure. That's the nature in me. I'm an adventurous person. I see myself on a tropical beach, you know, in a bikini with good hair and a cute face, doing a photo shoot or something. I don't know. In a swimming pool, you know? So, I don't know, on a cruise maybe? Like, before I even have kids, but of course I would want to have a child or a few children one someday. Like, they're gonna take care of me when I get old. You know what I'm saying? But I have parents too, and I like to talk to my parents, go hang out with my parents. Maybe I'll be taking care of my parents one day. So, long story short, yes, I would love to cook meals and be in a house and be with kids and take kids this, and that. That's going to be the future. So, anyways, long story short, YouTube is not like getting my energy and attention like the people on here. You know, it's just like I'm on here to support the platform. I'm on here to keep the platform going, just like any other content creator. But as far as all the other people on here, I'm not here for that. So my life is already kind of panned out. So I just wanted to tell the story that, I already met this person a long time ago. We were friends first. That we developed that love over time, that strong core bond. Like, okay, we can go through anything, bounce back. It's very incredible. And I'm glad I never got married because, like, it probably would have been divorced. Who knows? I don't know. People get married young. They either stay married or they don't. But I'm so happy. Like, I'm so happy in my life right now. Anyways, guys, that's a little bit about me. And talk later.